Hi, my name's Alicia. I'm 19 years old, and we're here to talk about my life story.
How did your experiences shape the way you trust people today?
I was in a dark place for a very long time.
What's a moment in your life where you felt truly broken?
I would say drug use started at the age of 14. If it wasn't for my best friend's dad there, I probably would have been gone because I was like passing out almost like I couldn't breathe.
Do you wish you had a stronger relationship with him?
That was his mistake, that he slept with a crackhead and had me. So there's that.
Were there times when you felt like you had to grow up too fast?
I would say to young girls, just find yourself first before you try to put a guy first before anything. Like, finish what you got to do, because I was put on pills that I didn't want to take, but ended up getting addicted to them pretty fast.
Well, what you got to do now is show him who you are and who you're about to be and what you're about to become, and that you're more than that. And I felt like, me personally, if my father was absent my whole life and said these things to me, like, there would be no forgiving. Because at this point, it's like, who are you? Like, I don't even know you for real.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
Like, you can go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
That's how I look at that.
Yeah.
And when you first came into my care, you already know that I wasn't too fond of him when I invited him over to what was I having thing like Thanksgiving Day.
Yeah, Thanksgiving.
And his energy, like, your brother was cool. Like, I could see he was excited to meet you.
Yeah.
But like, his energy was just like very dark and bitter.
He's very negative.
Yeah, and I'm just like, I'm not here to bash another man or throw another man down because I don't know what he has going on, but I feel like he wasn't there to protect you.
Yeah.
And that makes him a coward in my eyes.
Yeah.
And me being so young and fostering 3 kids, you, Marcus, and David, and you saw, like, I did that by myself, like, every day, like, making sure you guys had everything and wasn't in need for anything. So, like, for me to hear these things that he said to you was just like, it's crazy because, like, I know I've exchanged words with you, but like, for your own good.
Yeah.
Not in a negative way, like,
yeah.
But to hear, like, your actual dad say those things, it's like, wow, okay.
Yeah,
Cool,
it hurt. It was deep. It hurt hard. So.
And I know you just brought up, because I was gonna like kind of leave you to bring that up. I know you brought up that you would cut yourself.
Yeah.
Can we touch on that topic?
So I started self-harm. I would say at the age of 15, but it started to get really, really bad is at the age of 17. That's when it was really bad because of all the things I would go through. I felt like I was never enough, and that, like, there's no point in being here when I'm not heard, I'm not seen. Like, everybody in my family thought I would do it for attention, but it was never for attention. It was like kind of a coping, like a coping mechanism, like a cry for help. But it's like, it started to get really bad to the point where I wasn't just doing it to like feel better. I was doing it to really like try to take my own life. There was a few times where I did sit by myself and think about that. So that was really, really hard. And I've been, I would say, like, going on 5 months clean from self-harm now. So I'm doing a lot better than what I was,
That's a
because
big step.
everything that I would go through, like even the littlest things, like, that's what I would turn to.
Yeah, I remember there's a few times you called me even when I was away, and the one that really broke me was when you were outside of a store and you called me and your wrists were bleeding like really badly, like you cut really deep. And it hurt to see that, because it's like you were all alone, and I felt like I couldn't be there for you physically, and I really like felt your pain. And when you were in my care, when you were in foster care officially, because I'm gonna always look at you as my foster daughter, but we might have to change the word foster soon.
Yeah.
All the times that we would have to call the police to admit you or whatever, I want you to know, like, now that you're older, that wasn't me being an asshole, or like, it was for your own good, for your own like safety,
Yeah.
because you did lash out, you did say a lot of suicidal things, um you did do a lot of things that were like questionable. And I understand, like, I understood then, but like I understand now. um it's coming from a lot of like trauma, like your mom being murdered, not having your dad being in the system. And I'm glad that like my home was the first home that you entered to for your first like trial in the foster care system.
Me too.
And like you growing up with David and Marcus, well, mainly Marcus, because David wasn't there for that long.
Yeah.
But like even seeing how you like were with Marcus and stuff, like even when I was gone out, I was working, and you guys called me. You broke my chandelier in the kitchen and kicked a hole in my wall. And you guys try to cover it up and lie. It's the funniest thing. Like, I sit here and I look back at this, like, you guys were menaces to society. Like, for what? I
don't even remember the whole thing.
You guys were dancing, or he was dancing. Or it was David, actually. It wasn't Marcus.
Yeah, no, it was David who
he
did
was
that.
dancing.
Yeah.
He did a kick or something.
Yeah, and it was
But then you broke the chandelier by washing something and hit the
yeah.
But I say that to say, it was definitely like a blessing. It was like the best thing that I could have ever done, And being 29 and doing that at like the age of 25, it's like I felt like my home was a little different.
Yeah.
Because most foster homes, they're either like elderly people or they just kind of do it for the money. And it's like, you guys are in jail. Like, they don't make you guys have fun. Like,
no.
I know I cheated a lot in the foster care system, like what I was supposed to do and not supposed to do.
Yeah.
And things that were supposed to be logged. But I guess that's what made my home like fun in a way.
Yeah, for sure.
Because I also didn't want you guys to be restricted. Like, even like a lot of the medication that you guys were on and stuff, like I advocated a lot for you guys to not be on that.
Yeah.
Because it was not needed. You can't drug somebody just to fix that like little gap, it turns into bigger problems. And I felt like even Marcus, like when I got him off of the medication, I don't know if you remember when he was hallucinating.
Yeah.
Like really bad.
Yeah.
I got him off the medication and he was like a different kid.
A whole different person.
And it's like David was on like 10 types of different medication.
Yeah.
It's like they were trying to put you on like 4 different types of medication.
Yeah.
And the only thing you really probably needed, in my opinion, was like maybe sleep medication, like melatonin or something. I personally don't believe in the medication unless like something's like internally wrong.
Yeah.
But you made it out okay, honestly. You just need a lot of like therapy. You've been through a lot. And I did tell you, like, even with me still being a guardian for you in a way, therapy is like the biggest thing for you right now.
Yeah.
You don't need medication. You don't need nothing. You need therapy.
Yeah.
And you need to heal, and you need to find something. Like you said, you want to get into hair school and stuff.
Yeah.
I feel like when you find your niche, like when you find what you're into, a lot of doors are gonna unlock for that healing,
Yeah.
So you're almost there, and just keep pushing and keep striving for greatness. Focus on you, like you said. You come first before anybody. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. Don't give your all to a relationship. Don't give your all to people on the outside, because in the end, when they leave, it's like you're back starting from that healing stage, when you could enter a relationship healed or enter a friendship healed.
Yeah.
And in the end, it's like no one could tell you shit. And like when it's all said and done, like you're good on your own. You can be by yourself. You can travel by yourself. You could go to a restaurant, eat by yourself. You don't always need to have somebody with you, right? And I learned that the hard way. Like I always wanted to have people around me, and you seen that in the house, right?
Yeah.
I would always feel like I needed company.
Yeah.
And then as time started fading, it's like I was really just rocking by myself, and it was like me and all you guys, the kids, So with that being said, it's like, I'm glad that I'm still a part of your life, and I could keep pushing you every day to be great, to keep spreading awareness, and really and truly, like, what I want to ask you, if you could tell one girl that is in the foster system, if you could tell them one thing, what's one thing you would tell somebody that's in foster care right now?
I would tell them to just be strong. Like they're not alone, and to just be strong, because there are a lot of different people that go through different experiences in foster care. And like mine was a blessing because it changed my entire life on how I look at things, because of the lifestyle that I came from and then the lifestyle that I started living. So I would say to them to just be strong. Like you're not alone, and that you will get through anything if you put your mind to it. Like you're not by yourself, because there's a lot of different people that go through the foster system that have different experiences. So I want to just tell them, like, be strong. Like you got this, and it's not a forever thing. It's like there are people that are trying to help you.
That's the biggest thing.
Yeah.
Don't turn down the help because you're not used to it,
Yeah.
A lot of people think that running is the answer in foster care, especially.
Yeah.
But it's not. Like, yes, you get some shitty foster parents, you get some shitty workers, but in the end, it's like they kind of have your back in reality, It's either that or be on the streets.
Exactly.
Or have nobody.
Yeah.
So, Alicia, how did the absence of your father compared to the loss of your mother? Were the pains different, or did they feel similar?
I feel like the pains were kind of similar, but different in a way, because growing up till the age of 12, I did have my mom. Like my mom was there, even though she had her own battles going on, she was there. And then like my dad wasn't there, like to show at all. So I feel like they were kind of two different pains, because it was like somebody being taken from you compared to somebody just abandoning you.
Right.
So yeah.
Yeah, I feel that. After everything you've been through, do you believe healing is possible?
Yes, I do. Yeah.
What are 3 things that you find healing for you? Like, give me like
I would say for me personally, what help is still helping me heal is communicating with
That's a
the
big one.
people that are like really there, like yourself, trying to help.
Appreciate
So that's the number one thing is communication. Um, Let me see. I have a few, but like I don't know how to put them into words.
Just say like, instead of like a sentence, just say the word, like, what do you find?
Um, Self-love.
That's a big one.
Yeah, self-love for sure.
That's always my caption.
Yeah, self-love. Self-love, communication, and to
Being
just
true to yourself.
being true to yourself. Yeah. And like telling yourself like you got this, like to just believe in yourself.
So what's something you learned about yourself through all of this?
That I am very strong because of the things that I've been through. Like that, I would say I'm very strong. I've like I have it in my head, but I don't know how to put it into words. But
I feel like that speaks volumes itself. Like you just being strong,
yeah.
and everything you just spoke about. tells your story, tells why you're strong. So I feel like you don't really have to put it into words
Yeah.
because your words are already said and the people will hear you, you know? Um, do you think you've forgiven the people who hurt you, or is it still a process?
It's still a process for sure.
How are you working through that process?
Um, it takes time, baby steps, I would say. But like personally, like I'm doing okay.
Okay, I love that. Do you think you'll be able to forgive your siblings, your grandmother, your dad, your mother? Do you think you could find forgiveness to find some peace in your life?
Yeah, I feel like I, it would take some time, but for sure, yeah, I feel like I can find a way to forgive them, especially my siblings, because of the stuff that I've been through with them personally. It was like I was always the outer kid. Like they all have strong relationships with each other. Still till this day, they're all together, and I'm just kind of like
Uh,
out doing
like
my
you
own
feel like the
thing.
outsider in a way.
Yeah,
Would you be interested in a sit down with all your siblings?
yeah,
How do
yeah.
you think that room and the energy would feel like if you
Um,
were to do that like today, like now?
I feel like it would be a lot. It would be a lot of emotions going around in the room because all of us are feeling different pains,
Right.
especially with losing my grandfather just recently in September. So
Rest in peace.
yeah, it would be a lot of emotions for sure in the room.
Right. Maybe that's something we could talk about.
Yeah,
I think that would be a great start to healing, but in due time when you're 100% with yourself,
yeah,
so you could sit in that room and be confident and strong, you know,
yeah.
because they did treat you real bad, and that's like my opinion. That's things that I've seen since you've been in my care, you know.
Hmm.
If you could go back and talk to your younger self at her lowest moment, what would you tell her?
I would tell her this is a hard one. Um, I would tell my younger self to just like communicate, be strong, even though I'm already strong. I would say like don't turn down the help and the people that are trying to really help you. Like
That's what's up, man.
and to don't go for anything less. Like don't surround yourself around the people that you've been surrounding yourself around because they're just gonna bring you down. They're not bringing you anywhere besides downhill. So I would tell myself to just like do the things that I should be doing at say the age of 14, 15, or whatever. Just be a kid and
Right.
like, just be a kid.
And love yourself.
Yeah, and love myself for sure. Self love is for sure.
Yes. Where do you see yourself 5 years from now? And what kind of life do you want to create for yourself?
Um, 5 years from now, I want to have my own business in hair eventually, and lashes. That's the main thing, lashes and hair. So hopefully, in the next 5 or 6 years, I'll be able to like have my own little business going, my own brand, maybe one day. And yeah, that's something that I really want to do is have my own brand in the next few years and proceed in doing hair, all different types of hair.
And I'm definitely gonna push you to keep being great
Yeah,
and
thank you.
making your dreams come true because you deserve it, you know? Everybody has a breakthrough story, and I feel like that might be your breakthrough story, you know,
Yeah.
that you made it. And I know that's one of my favorite songs. That's one of my songs that you listen to out of my projects. And you always used to tell me that you would always like replay it, you know?
Always.
And
Though.
right. Cause like you're really gonna make it through, despite all the bullshit you've been through, all the hurt, the pain, the letdowns, you
Yeah.
know. You you're self-aware of where you went wrong and things, and you're aware of things that you've been through, you know. So now it's time to um be that voice, you know, for
Yeah.
yourself and not so much bottling it up. So this was very bold of you. You know, you got a little deep, and
Yeah.
I'm proud of you, you know, and I hope you could find forgiveness and peace with the people that hurt you, you know. Also, like, one thing that I kind of skipped, um can you like kind of, before we kind of close out on this conversation, can you give me a little insight on your mother, like how your relationship was with her growing up, and um some of her struggles and battles that you saw in yourself growing up?
So I feel like growing up, I did have like a good relationship with my mom. I feel like it could have been better because she was battling with her own things with like drug use and surrounding herself with people she shouldn't be surrounding herself with. And especially with relationships, I feel like growing up, like seeing my mom be abused and hurt, and like her still staying with them and begging for them to stay, that's kind of where I got it from.
Right.
Feeling like it was okay for them to do that because later on they'll love you. So I feel like it was just a lot. Like, I did have a good relationship with my mom, but she did have her own struggles with drug use and like toxic relationships and like disappearing for like periods of time and then randomly showing back up. So
Right.
I feel like it was okay, but she had her own things going on as well.
And if there is one thing you could say to your mother right now, what would it be?
Um, it,
And think about it.
it's been a while since I even like, you know, I don't have much memory growing up with my mom, but the ones that I do have is like they're okay memories. What I would say to her is that like I love her like with all my heart. She's my rock, but I feel like if she went down a different path and took the help that she was given growing up from what I seen, because there was a lot of people that was trying to help my mom.
Right.
I would tell her like I wish you could have just accepted the help because it would have been better for her to get help and be a better, like, I'm not saying she wasn't a good mom, but like a better mom. Like she could have still been here
Right.
kind of thing. So that's what I would say to her. And I would let her know like I'm strong, I'm here, I'm thriving. So that's something I would tell her for sure.
I love that. Um, well, I do hope you find healing with that for sure. You know,
Yeah.
like you really been through it, so I'm proud of you, like 100%. Um, you have a lot of good things coming your way, you know,
Yeah.
and I'm glad you made the right decisions in life recently. Things that we're not gonna talk on, but
Yeah.
you know, you made some great steps, and I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
And just keep being great, you know, keep smiling. Well, Alicia, thank you for joining us on the Resilience Roundtable Talk. And I'm glad you shared your story. I hope your story touches many hearts. And again, I hope you find peace and healing. And I'm glad you chose me to still be your foster dad as
For
well.
sure.
You know, so yeah, I hope you really take this conversation and hold on to it. You know,
Hmm.
it was very important to me to get you on here. I had to wait till you were of age to
Yeah.
be up here. So I really appreciate it. You know,
Yeah.
is there anything you want to close out with before we wrap up?
I would say to anybody that is going through any difficult times or struggles, like y'all got this. Like you're not alone, and just be strong, love yourself, put yourself first before
Definitely.
putting anything else, cuz you matter the most.
All right. Well, that's a wrap. Like and subscribe and drop a comment for more important, deep conversations like this. And yeah, my ads will be below. And thank you guys for watching.